picture this. Cold mud presses into her knees. The wind cuts through torn fabric. The blood drying on her face is not her own. Brenia is 26 years old. 3 hours ago, her world ended. Smoke still rises from the remains of her village, carrying the bitter smell of ash and iron. Bodies lie where they fell. The screams are gone now, replaced by the efficient silence of a Roman victory. She can taste copper where her lips have split, feel rope biting into her wrists as she kneels beside hundreds of other women, all of them bound, all of them waiting. At sunrise, she was queen of the Nervi, wife of King Bodugnatus, mother of 2 sons, priestess of the sacred grove, the most powerful woman in a nation that had never been conquered. Now she is property. Roman soldiers move through the prisoners with practiced precision, separating the young from the old, the strong from the weak, the valuable from the disposable. They do not shout. They do not rush. This is routine. Brenia knows they are coming for her. A Roman officer stands apart from the others, watching. His armor marks him as a legatus, a legion commander. His face is composed, handsome in the way predators are handsome, controlled and utterly without mercy. He does not speak. He simply observes. Then he walks toward her. "This one," he says in crisp, educated Latin. "The queen. Bring her to my tent. Have her cleaned, but not clothed. I want to examine what we've captured." A soldier reaches for her arm. She does not resist. Resistance means death, and death means abandoning her sons, who may still be alive somewhere in this chaos. As she is pulled to her feet, her eyes catch something at the edge of the camp. A spear. Mounted on it, unmistakable even in death, is her husband's head. King Bodugnatus, displayed so every captured Nervian can see what happened to their king. Brenia does not scream. She does not weep. She locks the grief deep inside herself, somewhere it cannot interfere with what she must do next. Because in that moment, she understands something the Romans do not. With her husband dead, she is no longer just a captured queen. She is the last authority of the Nervi, the sole keeper of their sacred knowledge, the only living person who knows where the tribal treasury is hidden, where the Druids concealed artifacts that must never fall into Roman hands, where her sons were sent when the battle turned. The Romans see a trophy. They do not yet realize they have captured a weapon. What follows has been systematically erased from the histories that celebrate Rome's conquest of the northern tribes. Roman historians recorded battles, strategies, casualty numbers in the hundreds of thousands. Entire nations destroyed, cultures erased. They did not record what happened to the women. Tonight, you will learn what Roman legions actually did after conquest, how captured women were processed, how their fates were decided, and what happened to the wives of defeated kings, the most valuable prisoners of all. Brenia is about to enter the tent of Legatus Gaius Cornelius Scipio. What happens there will determine whether she lives or dies, whether her sons survive or disappear, and whether Rome pays a price it never anticipated. The tent is larger than the house she grew up in. Carpets cover the floor. Bronze lamps cast warm light. Maps and documents fill a writing desk. Roman civilization, portable and intact, transported wherever destruction is required. Scipio circles her slowly, examining her the way a man examines a horse he considers buying. "The queen of the Nervi," he says calmly, "wife of Bodugnatus, priestess of the sacred grove, mother of 2 sons who have not yet been found." He stops in front of her. "That last detail concerns me." She says nothing. "My scouts found your grove," he continues, "or what was left of it, ashen bones. No artifacts, no trisuri," which means they were moved, and the only people who would know where are dead, or standing in front of me. "What do you want?" she asks. "I want the treasury. I want the locations of your sons. And I want you to cooperate willingly. And if I refuse, then I persuade you." She studies him carefully. "Torture produces unreliable information," she says. "If you want accurate locations, you need my cooperation, not my pain." For the first time, Scipio is surprised. "You want to negotiate?" Everyone negotiates, she replies. The question is whether you are intelligent enough to recognize leverage. A silence stretches between them. He smiles. Brenia understands systems. Roman systems included. When a tribe was conquered, its women became property of the Roman state. Their fates followed a hierarchy. Common women were sold in bulk to slave markets. Skilled women were sold individually at premium prices. Noble women became concubines or domestic trophies. At the top were queens. Queens were proof of total domination. They were stripped of names, symbols, identity, displayed in triumphs, assigned to officers as rewards, subjected to hospitality, a Roman euphemism for systematic humiliation. This was the fate Brenia was trying to avoid. Over the next days, she played for time. She listened. She learned. She discovered fractures within the Roman command. She met Marcus Aurelius Cato, a young tribune representing a Roman faction that believed terror alone could not hold Gaul. He offered an alternative. Survival, protection for her sons. A role not as a slave but as an asset. While Scipio searched for leverage, Brenia discovered betrayal. Her brother, captured, broken, cooperative. He gave the Romans a map, the treasury, the safe houses, everything. Her leverage collapsed in an instant, but not completely. She still had knowledge of the Druid network, contact protocols, names, methods, and others wanted that knowledge too. In the end, she chose survival over martyrdom. Cato's people moved her out of Scipio's reach. Her sons were recovered. Rome lost its prize. Brenia disappeared into Roman society. For 12 years, she lived in Rome, learned its laws, its politics, its weaknesses. Her sons grew up Roman in education, Nervian in identity. She waited. When opportunity came, she used Roman systems against Rome. Scipio was disgraced. His province fell into revolt. His career collapsed. He never understood why. Her brother did not escape justice. The Nervi were gone. Their land repopulate. Their name erased. But not their memory. Brenia died years later, surrounded by family, speaking her native language one last time. The language Rome tried to destroy. She did not save her nation. But she did not let Rome erase her either. Remember her. Remember the wives. Remember the queens. Because the conquerors recorded only their victories. They did not record the enemies they created in the shadows. And some of those enemies survived long enough to strike back.